Wasteland Fanatics. Follow Fanatics. I don't know. Whatever you are. You're welcome. You are welcome here in the water with me. Hey, that sounds kind of kinky. Alright, moving on. We are back in Vault. Octo. Sure. Something like that. So in the last episode, we were fooling around with this thing, and we got ourselves an elevator, and oh, yeah, I want to go down. There we go. And we built this whole tunnel thing, and yeah, there's a little extra sticking out, but that's okay, because we made it work. We started out way back here. Don't worry, we are going to eventually get back into here. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, as you know. That's kind of how I function. But we come on in here. We're going to call ourselves an elevator. Test this bad boy out. So I do sort of have textures that might close off this gap here. It's from Hodgepodge.
Confirmed.
I don't know if I'm actually going to use them or if they'll even work, but we might just test them just to see.
4th floor.
But yeah, so far so good. Everything's looking okay. I mean, we've got a little glitchy here and there, but it is what it is. Might be able to fix some of that. But yeah, we're going to focus on the water resources. Let's see if that fix anything. No. Put inwards. Or no, maybe it's just the textures of the things are messed up. Oh no, that kind of fixed that. Okay. So we'll move that guy into, we will come over here, and we will loop that one out to that way. Oh no, that's going to be, let's look at. I'll try that. We'll see if that works. It's those little things like that that always kind of bug me. Really? Alrighty. So, we will try that out real quick with Hodgepodge. Come into floors. Don't really care what floor texture. We're just looking for these shapes. And I can tell already, even with the... Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's actually not, to be honest. Let's come on back down here. And see, we need a floor for it to grab onto. And I think we can make that happen. But before we go on, let's just grab a snappy floor. So these seem to work with like everything. I'm gonna try commercial. And of course, it's not. Why would it make my life easier? Alright, let me come out here. Alright, so this is the spot. Let's see. Come on. Alright, maybe not. Maybe we need one of these dudes. Yeah. Alright. Not that, of course. Really? Nothing wants to snap now? Stink. Alright, so anyway, we'll play around with it for a second. Let's see, we have Subway, Vault, Cafeteria. Turn off our highlights so we can actually see what these look like. Nope. Vault Clinic. Common. Overseer. Ooh, okay. We get a little metal. Get some heavy metal. Alright, so we're gonna... I know this is probably gonna come to bite me if I remove one of these. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna wing it. Heck with it. Just because I want to see how that's gonna end up looking. I mean, it's not terrible, to be honest. Looks pretty good from up here. Don't know how it'll look down below. Hey. And of course now, turn off our surface snapping. Whoops. Try to get this guy back in here. Best we can. Don't really care if it's perfect or not. It's not something that really matters all too much. Okay, let's go inside and see. How does that look? Yeah. I mean, got a gap there. No gap there. Could always easily move that over. Let's call the elevator and let's have a look. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. We're just kind of messing about. Let's see if we
First
can...
floor.
That guy. There it is. Okay. Let's scoot you on over that way. We still got plenty of room. Cool. Whoa. Easy. Easy. Let's try to straighten ourselves out. This will, like, start messing up and going on a funky angle. Can't see much from here. Actually, you know what? Let's lower this guy. There we go. That is kind of what I was thinking. Of course, we went over just a little too far. Let's get back in here. Oh, jeez, now I'm stuck. Careful. Okay. Nope, wrong thing. There we go. Move that guy over like that just a little bit. Nice. Okay. Make sure we don't glitch here. Not bad, not bad. I'm not going to do this for every single floor because I don't want to waste all that time. Alright. Yeah, here we are. Okay, we are back to where we left off. And I do not have any power going to that, so we're going to do that. I am going to get rid of the water. And I did find some catwalks, as you can see. I found some in Snappy, and one of you pointed out there's some in one of my newest mods here. Is it Mr. Plan? No. It's... Yeah, this guy, Warehouse Extended. Oh yeah, look at that, right there. Ooh, and they're new and shiny. Oh, okay. Ah, I was going to use the ones from Snappy, but these are... I can use them, though. Let's see, we're going to need a turn. Ooh, these are much smaller, though. Okay, maybe not. I do like them, but they're so skinny. I like the bigger ones. And I kind of like the old... Anyway, so we're going to get rid of the water. Bye-bye. That's why we can get rid of all this scum, too. Get to the right spot. The rocks. We can keep the rocks. There's so many levels of this. We'll get rid of that rock, because sometimes you gotta do that in order to get to the stuff. Be like that kind of problematic. Oh, look at that. Got some funky levels. Oh, look at that. Might not be able to get rid of everything. Free. Yeah, we're gonna have to maybe do some disabling. Well, not really what I want to do. No, I don't want to get rid of any pipes. Oh wow, there's a lot more pipes in here than I thought there was. More scum! Yeah! Alright, we got rid of a big chunk of it. It is sometimes really difficult to get rid of this stuff. That took out a huge amount of it, though. That's good. But yeah, I wanted to do that because I want to make this, like, really nice looking. So let's try doing some disable work here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's continue on with the cleaning. Click on that guy. Disable. One over here. Dirt pile will leave. Marsh scum. Excellent. Gotta be careful because I don't want to get rid of my dirt piles or my pipes. Alright, let's try and get rid of this stuff here. Excellent. Yeah, because I want nice clean water. Some debris. Oh, that was that. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Alright, let's... Ooh, there we go. Keep the rock. and get rid of that, because it's probably going to end up just looking kind of weird. Oh, did that get rid of the... It did. Nice. Okay. Let's do this one here. Excelente. And let's see, we got this guy just kind of chilling here. I don't see any more. Got a little manhole cover. Nice. Awesome. So yeah, we're going to put our own water in. I'm not going to use the same water as I did in the park. I don't want it to be super crystal clear because I want it to actually appear as the water is like a little on the dirty side that's going to need some work. Okay. Now, I got plans for this guy. Let's figure this out. We're going to come into here. No, actually, we're going to go into here. And our domestic rooms, common. No, nothing from there. Alright, I might actually have to use the other one. Well, these aren't too bad. We got what I need. Okay, let's move you for a second because I need that. Perfect. Because I want something like that. Excellent. And of course you're going to be in the way. So let's move you as well. Get you to snap. Perfecto. Boom. In case you can't tell, I am walling this all off. Really give us a nice vault feel. Gotta go up a little more. One or two there. Perfect. How cool is that? Okay, now get rid of that guy. That guy back in. Perfect. This guy. Nice! Look how awesome that is. Now that really looks like a nice sealed vault. And we come on in here and obviously we're going to have to do something about that because those are just floating. But that works. Okie dokie. Now, let's do a save real quick. We will do a new one so I don't overwrite anything. Just in case. Okay. The pipes. Yeah, I found pipes in the last episode. I don't remember where they are. I have a terrible memory sometimes. I do know there's some in Crew tab. We'll come back to that because I want to do one. I think. Miscellaneous tunnel interior static vehicles. Maybe miscellaneous. What do we got? Some of these might come in handy. Sparked an idea or two. But ultimately not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Decorative. Okay, we got some piping here. That might not be the piping I'm thinking of. Yeah. You know, I might be able to make some of this work. Let's see, what do we have? Oh. Maybe we can biggest size this guy. Let's play with it. Bigger! How does that look? Not bad, not bad. Of course, it's tiny, it doesn't go far down, so... Get my face. Should have thought of that before I did it. But luckily I have big guys like this. Let's see. Ooh, and that. Maybe we'll use that guy. That goes down, not all the way. But again, we probably, well, actually once you start making it bigger, it won't really make a difference. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Ooh, and that one's the same color. Perfecto. Give me that. Nice. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So close. A little bit bigger. 150%. About 350. Yeah, we're going to have to shrink that just a little bit. Just because of that little edge there's going to look a little weird. Yeah, a little bit smaller. unfortunately. 30%. Close. Get out of the way. Let's make this work. Maybe one more. So close, so close. Like right there. Yeah. There we go. Now it looks like it's doing something. Awesome. Alright, we can get rid of all this. Okay. Now we can do some scaffolding, or should I do the water first? Maybe I should do the water first. Okay. So let's go into SOE. The pool in the water. Alright. I want Bald Ocean. That's kind of neat. It's gonna look. But no, I'm thinking maybe like, yeah, the Sanctuary Creek. I think I like that one the best. Let's go ahead and do that so we can get a nice straight grid. And we're gonna beep it on down so we get to the right height, which is right about there. Put in a couple of pieces and see how it goes. Now, what is that one? So that was weird. Probably because I booped it. Doesn't like that, I guess. Yeah, I think that's the color I want, and that's the look I want. Let's take out a light. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Onward. Might actually have to lower this a smidgen more. It really matters. Does it? Do I put it below that pipe? It's gonna get like on top of these, and you won't even see these. Except for like the tiniest little bit of them. Not that it really matters, but alright, let's do something like that. You know what? Whatever. Back up there. Okay. Continue on. So I'm definitely gonna have a lot of light in here because this just looks awful. Once it gets into like these dark spaces, it gets all like milky looking. We can't be having that. And I am gonna do something about the shore because we don't want this to look perfectly squared off like this. So I'm gonna use like some Kraggles to come in and that is actually kind of high. Use some Kraggles to come in and create like a nice shore and some rocks, etc. Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to go lower. Maybe like right about there. Shoot, I'm gonna redo all these. Well, at least I discovered it now before we did the whole entire room. I think, yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. So, my first instinct was correct. That's okay. That's how we learn. Trial and or error. Okay. Keep on trucking. I would try to grab them all at once, but with my luck, it would probably grab onto the water generator purifier thingamabobber, and I don't want to muck about with all that. Okay, perfect. Onward. Oop, we missed some scum. Scum. Nice. So once we start adding lights, this is going to look so much better. Just like the other water did. Like, when we first put it in and we didn't have any lights going on in here, like it just looked awful. I don't know why Bethesda's water does that, but we'll fix it. After we put in all this water. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I probably could have used the larger format water to get this done faster. But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, that looks so much cooler too, with the pipes sticking up just a little bit. I'll probably stick, yeah, like that, some more lights on the actual machine itself to help illuminate the area. I'm going to try to go for as much, like, actual in-game lighting versus using the SOE light sources. I want to use as little of that as possible. We're going to have, like, a lot of industrial lighting going on in here. Okay. Okay. Oop. No. Okay, see how much better that looks now that we actually are in a spot with some light? Gives us the exact look that I wanted. Natural cave water, I guess. Just to make my life a little simpler, I might just stick rocks in there. Sometimes trying to get those stupid legs to snap together, if they even snap together, is such a huge pain in the butt, so... Kind of looks like rancid milk as we go along. Wouldn't want to drink that. Certainly won't be a shortage of water in this place. And then I think I said last video or video before that I'm actually going to have water sources in here. And what I mean is, like, you know, water coming in from somewhere feeding this pool. We're not just going to have, like, a puddle that just sits here and you're like, well, where'd the water come from? Which is the way Bethesda made it, but we're not doing that because we're better than that. Okay, whoop! Got a couple of missing spots here. Oh, look at that. Our handle's in the water. Oh well. I'm not redoing this whole thing. No way in the heck am I doing that. Okay, we have water. Plop. We have that connected, doing its thing. We of course need electricity. We will be doing that as well. We're going to do another quick survey. Yeah, we can overwrite that guy. Okay, now if I remember correctly, I used Snappy to start building my walkway here. We're in industrial. And yeah, the catwalks. Ooh, we have different themes. I started with yellow, didn't I? I think I'm gonna stick with the yellow. Okay. And we want... Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was in there. Excellent. Do a nice straight run right across till we get to land. We have a shorter one. Ooh, I do. Fantastic. Now do I keep it up above the ground? Get rid of these guys for now. I probably should close this off in the same way that I did the other side. Unfortunately, it doesn't match up perfectly. I think I'm going to fill that in with concrete texture, though. So we'll use like a half floor when the time comes. I think I'm going to keep the catwalk up in the air. And we'll just have the ground be the ground. Actually, before I do that, I should probably put in some of my dirt here. Gravel. There we go. You want some of the slanty stuff. Stuff right there. We gotta turn off our snapping because that's just insanity. Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't like the smoothest transition on everything. Let's turn our snapping back on and play around with these. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, because this isn't looking at all that great. That's so unfortunate. This is such a cool mod with such an awesome idea. Just the execution isn't the greatest. Like, the way the edges are, they round off too much on the sides, and when you put these together like that, they end up just looking like individual pieces, so it kind of ruins the whole facade you got going on there. So I might have to do rocks instead, which I didn't really want to do. But I don't think we have much of an option. That's that. Okay, let's try maybe CVC's got some pretty good mounds and stuff. Deadlands, trees, fungus plants, grass and leaves, cliffs. If we can find some gravelly ones, maybe use that. It's sort of, well, no, nothing with trees. Alright, here's some rocks. Let's just start throwing rocks in, I guess. That. Fix that. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, there's a nice big one. This guy. Yeah, we're just gonna keep burying this all over the place. This corner is probably gonna be like the most problematic thing because it's just going straight onto a straight line. We'll have to maybe create some fake land to kind of play off of it. And unfortunately, too, we got that going through there. So we'll extend some of this out into the water. Like so. There we go. That's looking a little more natural. Let's throw this guy in here too. I mean, I know it is. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Get rid of all these rocks. Just had an apostrophe. What you mean, an epiphany? 10 billion interwebs. Get that reference. Okay. Yeah, because you guys are probably all screaming at me, hey, Dope, why don't you do this? And we're going to do that. In case you haven't figured it out, we're going to do a wall. Let's see. I want to go with... Nah, we'll just build our own from scratch. Okay. There. We're unfortunately going to have to free place this. And hope that we stay straight. Alright, let's put in a few and see how we do. Hey, look at that. Looks like I got it on the first try. Oh no! Yeah, we're gonna have to shoot. Do that. Think. Let's see. These connect on the corner piece end. Now let's try that. Yeah, okay, that works. Probably could scooch that back a little bit. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I see, but we're... Well, again, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see the dirt. Duh. All that matters is that it's straight, which it is not. Alright, so let's scooch this on over. Let's try to align these guys like that. Okay. Now let's see how we do. Whoa. And let's that guy. Oh, fudgicles. I got it like right on the first try, but then of course I mucked it all up. So let's try this again. Let's see. How does that look? That looks like it might work. Okay, let's try that. We'll get it eventually. We got it. Put that in there like that. Okay. Now let's try going around the corner. I think we're good. Yes, you're good. Awesome. Where's my cats? Cats in. What's the cap on this wall? I apologize, that was terrible. That was such a lame joke. What do you do? Now, this makes a lot of sense. What the... What are you doing? Really? Cheese and crackers. What the heck? You're a corner piece. Corner. What are you doing? What the heck, man? I've never seen a corner piece act like that before. That's so crazy. Okay, we're gonna have to free place this, because... whatever. I have no words for why that's not working. But luckily we only have the one corner piece, so... let's... just a smidgen. Okay, good enough. Alright, Snappy back on. There we go. There it is. Okay. Now that we have done that, I'm going to put in some lights. Just for starters. We're going to go with some classic lighting. In fact, we're going to get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh, it's dark. Ooh, I got to put in some electricity here too then, apparently. Oh, I have some. Oh, this one just needs to be hardwired. It's one of those situations. Then we're just gonna put a bunch of these in. I probably should do this lower. There we go. Ah! Don't know why I'm trying to light the ceiling. Okay. Just gonna put in a bunch of industrial lighting all over the place on here. Yeah, that one can probably stay where it is. This way we can see where we're going. And I don't care if they get on an angle like that. That's actually looks kind of cool in my opinion. And nor do I care really if they're all perfectly straight with each other. Get rid of that guy. I think we're going to have to use a lot of SOE lighting, unfortunately. 'Cause, I mean, I want to put this like all over the place to help light things up, but it's just not going to be enough. So we're going to have to actually, unfortunately, cheat. All right. So let's play around with that. Non-shadow omni, we want it bright. Or how about large bright? Something like that. We'll go with a more natural color though. So we'll just put a... I didn't like the look of that. It looked like trash, so we don't want trash in this place. Come on. We'll put these like just around like that. There we go. That's looking better. And then as we go along and we build our catwalks, we'll put in like actual lights to help make it look like that's where the light source is. We're gonna have a catwalk going like all the way back here too, so it's all good. Don't worry. I got you. All this just because the water won't look the way I want it to. How redonkulous is that? Still looks kind of eh. Yeah, it still has such a dark appearance to it. Maybe once we start putting some stuff in, it'll start to look a little better or something. Maybe it's because the light sources are too low. It looked better before when I just had a few lights in here. Oh, that seemed to help a little bit. Yeah, that's all it was. Plus it gets much deeper over here, so... Okay. That's a little better, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Whoa! Wrong thing. Yeah, that's looking better now. Okay. Just kind of keep these up a little higher. That fixes the surface and also gives us a little depth too. We don't really... Shouldn't really be seeing much of the bottom there. This will also help light up the cave ceiling. So, let's just keep moving all these up. Of course, this is the very dark section. We will... Mirror Queen? Gone. I don't know what that was all about. Never appeared, so... That was strange. Okay. I think that's much better. But anyway, I was going to say, yeah, we'll throw, like, some rocks in here to actually help with all of that. Okay. That's better. It's not great, but it's better. Cool. Okay. So now we need to get some power to this bad boy so we can get it active. We are going to use... Actually, what do I have in here for connectors? Generators, connectors... no, we don't want any nasty telephone poles. That's not going to work. Alright, we're going to have to go back to USO. And connectors and switches. We're going to try to make this look as professionally as we possibly can. So, let's see. Actually, no. Yeah. That. And we'll put another one. Oh. I don't know. Here's that here. Yeah, let's try to plot this. Maybe here. Let's see if that'll work. Nice. Doesn't go through any rock. And since we have to keep that, and I'm not planning on covering it up, maybe I'll try to get it to go to there. And that's weird. I'll try to put some sort of generating source here and make it look like that's just part of our connection or something. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. I got you guys. I'll put one last one. Yeah. Really? Oh, it got lost in the thing. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so lame. Alright, we'll have to do something like that. Well, before we do that, so we don't lose two of them, let's put a wall guy in here and make sure we're not going to lose this guy too. Oh, jeez, look at that. It's going to space like that. Alright, we're going to have to do something because that's just redonkulous. I mean, I suppose I could go straight to the ground. Something like this. Not exactly my ideal setup. Oh, it wants to go to that one now? Really? Okay, maybe not. like, what the heck, man? Okay. And we need, like, a silent power source. I mean, I suppose I could add another generator thing. Let's see. That's gonna be loud. Oh, that doesn't make any noise. No, this should be working. Excelente. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna, like, really mess things up if I try to cover that. I don't want this really to be visible. I know I could just stick it in the wall, but I'm not 100% sold on all my connections going on here, especially that thing down there. Let me see, what else do I have? I don't really want any of those fake looking ones. Let's see what else we got from somebody else. Decorations, barriers, and souls. No, we don't want that. Structures, radio towers. Whoa. Lost it. Yeah, see, that's not gonna work. I was thinking maybe we could use something like that, but... Ooh. Kind of nice looking. It's got satellite dishes all over it, unfortunately. Oh. That would have been really cool. I like the actual look of that structure, but that's not gonna work. Dang. Well, let's look at this guy. If we shrink-a-dink this one. Oh, that's got satellite dishes all over it too. Never mind. I thought it didn't. Okay. So let's check Home Wrecker real quick. Streetlights, no. Generators, not really what I'm looking for. Fjord. Nope. Okay. Resources. How it connect us. I think we have something that looks nicer. Ooh, I do like these guys. I haven't used those in forever. Telephone poles. Oh, kind of like that guy. Okay, hang on. Let's get rid of that guy. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. We're gonna shrinky-dink it though. It's a little too much. Put it like that. Really? I hate that. I don't know why it has to do that. I mean, it probably has something to do with me resizing it. So, let's just hoop it up 10,000 times. Spend an hour just trying to move a darn connector. There we go. Move it there. Yeah, that's kind of neat. We can connect to that. I could probably disable this guy. There we go. Cool. So now we got that. And I think maybe I'm gonna have to move that. Unfortunately, deal with that. Okay, hang on. Before we do anything now, let's get rid of this guy. And let's try putting a few of these on the wall if I can. Actually get some onto the wall. Not really. Not without major glitching, because I want this to kind of seem like it's going into the wall here. So we'll just put that guy there. And let's see if we can make that jump. Probably not, so we'll just cheat like that. Nice. And then we'll put that guy all the way up against the wall. There we go. Okay. Now let's break this connection. We'll bring this guy over here. Connect that to that. And then that guy into there. Oh, fudge. Now our wires, I didn't even think of that when I was doing that. Alright. Let's... Nope. Shoot. Alright, we'll have to fix that at another point in time. I'll see if I can cover that with something. We'll just, like, put some sort of panel here to cover that. You know what? We got... Yeah, we got stuff like this we can just, like, throw in place. No, not a fence. We need... Where did I find those other things I was looking at? Was it in here? Miscellaneous stuff? Ah, yeah, okay. We have... I was thinking maybe something like that. Doesn't really hide much of it. That just sticks out like a sore thumb. Oh, that's not too bad. Sticks out a little bit too much, though. But we can fix that. We can boop it. We can bop it. No, we can't, and now it's stuck. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Just gotta get it in the right spot, I guess. Oh, jeez, crackers. I think I can get to it. Thought I did. Oh, maybe that was it. Okay. Oh, man. I'm just making this worse and worse and worse. Let me see, what else can we add to that? Let's add some more junk to it. Got some shutters. Got some panels here. That's a big boy. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm not 100% loving the things that I'm seeing. Ooh. Get that to stop going on an angle. Really? The wall's like so far away, but the collision on it is just unbearable, and I can't get to it. What else we got? Let's see. Miscellaneous. Oh, yeah, I was already in there. We don't want to do that. Do have an idea. Go into SOE Vault. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll work on that another time. At least we got water going, right? This is on? Yes. Excellent. Now we have 105 water for 6 people. Cool. And we got our grate going here. Let's just bring this over a little bit more before we sign off real quick. And we want that guy. Now that I have my water in place. Ooh, maybe... see if I can find the right piece. Want... yeah, maybe that guy. Yeah, that's the dude. We can throw long, skinny boy. No, maybe we don't want long, skinny boy. We want... oh, you're gonna be lame like that. Is there another 3-way piece? Or 2-way piece or whatever? That the one I just used? Yeah, that is the one I just used. Oh, or there's that one. Hang on. Try that guy. Oh, no, let's go the wrong way. Yeah, see, that's just gonna end up giving me the same problem. I don't want that sticking out. Why wouldn't you have like a normal connector, like yeah, like that? I knew that. There we go. And we'll have to do a smaller one because we're going to have to do that same corner piece again. No. Oop, yep. There we go. Nice. Look at that. That's going to line up like perfect with that edge. And then we'll have some, you know, stuff going out that way. But for now, we'll just put another couple of these bad boys in place. And maybe here along that edge. This guy here. And a corner piece? Or no, maybe another three-way piece. Okay. That might not... Well, I could put a set of steps there or something. Oh, and I gotta connect from there to here, too. That's gonna come out. Yeah, that does... Cool. Let's put a little guy here. And we'll do another three-way guy here. Perfect. Another little guy here. Boom. And then I'll put some more machinery here in the center as well. So that'll look pretty cool. That'll help give it a nice industrial look. Like we got this whole big thing going on here. All this machinery doing all this hubba-lubba, hullabaloo, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, we might want a four-way. Maybe we want to go that way too. Yeah, that works. Take out that last one. Now let's throw another little doer here. Bingo, bango, bongo. Nice. And then actually, probably change that one into a four-way as well. I can learn how to talk. So we can go out in multiple directions. Well, that way, and then see if we want to connect out this way. Maybe we'll put some more machinery in the water here or something too. I don't know. I don't know yet. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Let's see. I like the curvy pieces. Ooh, look at that! Fantastic. Then we can put that just off by just a little bit. Alright, so let's just put that there. We need a couple of little guys. Like that. And like that. Oh, baby. That is how you do it. Now that's the real trick is, are we going to be able to get past that? We're probably going to have to shift over some way. Yeah, because see now we're like right into that tank. There is... No, went too far. That guy. Yeah, see, no, that's not going to work either, because once we start putting in... Ooh, I could probably switch over to, like, the skinnier ones that I found from the warehouse thing. We can actually get rid of that, because that's not really helping us. Back. And we don't want that large one. Of course, that's going to end up looking kind of weird. So let's put in a little guy. And maybe put in a plain Jane piece like that. We'll put our own thing in there. I don't know. We'll have to come back to that. Because right now it's not looking so hot. And we're going to have to try to go off that way too. Here, maybe. Create another intersection. We want... that guy. We're going to put a curved piece in here. That. So, I love those. It looks so cool. And a couple straight pieces. I didn't intend to keep going for so long. But hey, I'm sure you guys don't mind. Watching me piece together this puzzle. We're gonna extend that out. Just a smidgen more. Get the little dude. Where's my little guy? Here's my little guy. Now I can throw this in here. Put that in there. Maybe I do want that closer so we can get close to the machinery. That's actually probably a better idea. Alright, hang on. Let's fix that. Yeah, that's much better. This way it actually looks like, oh jeez, we're here for a purpose. To observe our machine. I am the machine. Okay. Throw another curve in here. Boop. And bango bongo. Oh, I need is a little guy. Is there a little one without railings? Big curves, little curves. I don't know if there is a little one without railings. Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's fine. You know, maybe we'll just boop this over a little. I'm gonna save. We'll try moving this. This is gonna mess so much up, I know it. Let's do a new save. Okay. Let's see how bad is this. Oh yeah, that messes up a lot of stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll have to use the skinny ones. I'll have to get rid of that guy. And unfortunately that guy. And we'll have to figure something out. For now, we'll leave a gap. We'll come back to all this. Not today, though. We've done plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And, so far so good. Nice. And then, yeah, we'll fill in this. Like I said, I'm going to use some concrete walls to match the texture there. Kind of close that off, and that way you don't see this tunnel and it doesn't look kind of weird. Alrighty! That is going to do it for this episode. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, don't get irradiated.